Hours after U.S. President Donald Trump invoked a wartime law to target terrorist organization Trendy Arugula on March 15th, a federal judge ruled the law could not be used to deport 5 Venezuelans and ordered the plane they were believed to be on to return to the U.S. The Alien Enemies Act of 1798, which allows deportation of natives and citizens of an enemy nation without a hearing, has been invoked 3 times during the War of 1812, World War I, and World War II to all Venezuelan citizens. 14 years or older who are members of Trendy or Agua are within the U.S. and are not naturalized or lawful. Permanent residents of the U.S. may be apprehended, restrained, secured, and removed as alien enemies. Hours before the proclamation was signed, a lawsuit was filed by the American Civil Liberties Union, Democracy Forward, and the American Civil Liberties Union of the District of Columbia, claiming it could be used to deport any Venezuelan in the country, regardless of whether they are a member of Trendy Arugula. A hearing on the afternoon of March 15th. Chief U.S. District Judge James Boasberg of the D.C. Circuit granted a temporary restraining order preventing the deportation of the 5 Venezuelans who had already been in federal custody for 2 weeks to planes that may have been en route to deport illegal immigrants were ordered returned by the judge. However, it is unclear if they have done so tonight. A D.C. trial judge supported Trendy Arugula terrorists over the safety of Americans. The ACLU represents Trendy Arugula. This order disregards well-established authority regarding President Trump. Who governed Iraqia from 2012 to 2017 before becoming Venezuela's vice a TA campaign rally in October 2020 for Donald Trump. The then presidential candidate had promised to use an obscure, centuries-old law to expedite the removal of undocumented migrants from the U.S. At a rally in California, Trump had said, "I will invoke the Alien Enemies Act of 1798 to target and dismantle every migrant criminal network operating on American soil." Trump promised that if reelected, he will use the act to initiate a federal effort called Operation Aurora, named after the Colorado town that he claims has been taken over by Venezuelan gangs, which residents and local officials dispute to target undocumented migrant gang members for arrest and deportation. The Alien Enemies Act of 1798 grants the U.S. government the authority to detain, deport, or impose restrictions on non-citizens from hostile nations during times of war or conflict. Enacted as part of the Alien and Sedition Acts, it remains in effect today and serves as a legal framework for handling foreign nationals deemed threats to national security. Whenever there shall be a declared war between the United States and any foreign nation or government, and the President of the United States shall make public proclamation of the event, all natives, citizens, denizens, or subjects of the hostile nation or government being males of the age of 14 years and upwards, who shall be within the United States and not actually naturalized, shall be liable to be apprehended, restrained, secured, and removed as alien enemies. Passed on July 6, 1798, during the Quasi-War with France. The law was intended to prevent espionage and sabotage by foreign nationals, particularly French immigrants and sympathizers. It was part of the Federalist-controlled government's efforts to strengthen national security and suppress political opposition, particularly from Democratic Republicans who were sympathetic to France. Under this law, if the United States is engaged in war, declared conflict, the president has the power to identify and take action against citizens or subjects of enemy nations residing in the country. This includes detention, removal, or other necessary measures. Unlike the other Alien and Sedition Acts, which were temporary, the Alien Enemies Act was never repealed and has been invoked in later conflicts, including both world wars. The law gained particular significance during World War I and World War II, when the U.S. government used it to detain and monitor individuals from enemy nations, including German, Italian, and Japanese nationals. The IT laid the groundwork for policies that led to controversial internment practices, most notably the internment of Japanese Americans during World War II. Under Executive Order 1966, while originally intended to protect national security, legal fellow at the Conservative Center of Immigration Studies and former Deputy General Counsel at the Department